Right.
Shit like that all the time. But me as a shorty, this shit was starting to spook me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you,
So
you you so you had like, did you have a moment where you was like, man, I can stop now or I can keep going?
uh absolutely, man. I went to my big homie and I told him like, man, this shit's getting deep. Okay, so listen, he tells me, man, I'm gonna get you up out of there. So he says, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna have you do one more mission. Okay. So what he does is, see, because when I was over there before, I was just finding out where these kings lived, so that way we could come through, burn their cars, whatever. But he gives me a paper. He shows me a picture, and he tells me I want intel on this dude. Okay. Now I know this dude knows my mom because he goes to the bar. Okay. So this king that was over there, his name was Angelo. Okay. So what happens is I tell King Bull, I'm like, hey Bull, I need to come through tomorrow. Can I stop by? Bull says, yeah, Joey. So the next day, I go kick it with Bull. Okay. I said, Bull, could I bring my lady with me? He says, yeah, you can bring your lady with you. I ain't never had no problems with you, Joey. So I bring my lady with. Okay, check this out. This is where the shit gets deep. Okay. So I bring my lady over there to Bull's house. His brother Jose's outside. Bull's upstairs bagging up some weed. So I tell Jose, what's up? I'm here. There's Bull here. He says, yeah, come on in. Bull's upstairs. So I bring my girl Rebecca with me, right? So I'm like, what's up, Bull? Before I could even introduce my girl Rebecca, King Bull says, what's up, Rebecca? To her. I'm like, damn, you know my lady? He said, no, I don't know your lady, but your lady's dad is one of our big homies.
Damn.
You see where the shit's getting deep?
Right, right, right. So she's from a bloodline.
Okay, so now, yeah, so I don't know what, because all he said was our big homie. Okay, so check this out. He tells my girl Rebecca, he says, hey Rebecca, your dad did a long time in the joint. Your dad loves you and he would love to meet you, right? He says, I know that Chinese dude. I know that you ain't dumb enough to think that Chinese dude that's raising you, your dad. He said, your dad's one of our big homies and he would love to meet you. So he says, would you want to meet him? Rebecca says, yeah. He said, I'm going to set it up for Tuesday. Y'all finna meet on Tuesday. So I tell Bull, I appreciate you, bro, for doing that for my lady. Bull said, I ain't doing that for you, bro. He said, I'm doing that for my big homie. Okay? So she finna meet her dad on Tuesday. Okay? So this shit's gonna get deep right here. Okay, so she Tuesday morning, I'm go with her. We're gonna go meet her dad, okay? So we go to a pool that's called Cermak Pool. It's on Ogden and like Pershing. No, Ogden and what the Harlem. Harlem and not like right off Harlem and Ogden. So anyways, bro, I go to this picnic with her and guess what? I'm in a motherfucking Latin King day. There's about fucking 300 Latin Kings in the woods, bro. And I'm in this yeah, man, this is all bad.
Right.
Okay. So listen, it's getting even deeper. So check it out. So I go with her, okay? And there's a dude that's way down at the end of the table. And I start looking, I'm like, damn, man, this kind of looks like the dude that P gave me the picture of, right?
Right.
So I'm peeping, but I can't tell, man. There's a lot of these motherfuckers out there, right? So Next thing you know, bro, Bull takes my girl Rebecca and he goes to introduce her to her dad. And it's this King Angelo, bro, is her dad. My motherfucking girl, her dad is the dude that Pablo and them's looking for, that P and them's looking for. It's
Right.
Angelo, dog. It's my girl's dad is the dude I'm getting the intel on that they want. He's the one that got her for these guys.
So you fucking, I mean, your head is spinning at this point.
Bro, dude, I'm knee deep in this shit. Like I'm in a situation, dog.
And this is like this is a king day for like branches from all over the south side, or is this just
Yeah. Okay, listen. I seen T-shirts on. They had T-shirts said Latin Kings 57th and Cicero, Latin Kings Crown Town, Latin Kings Harlem, Latin Kings Spanish Harlem, Latin Kings 25th and Cal
right,
20.
right, right? They
So
had
man, yeah,
everybody.
this is a nation picnic.
Damn.
I'm
So
scared of a motherfucker.
so you know at this point, like you got this girl, her pops is an intended target for your big homies. You know what I'm saying? And what the fuck? I mean, like,
Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you what I did. So this is what I did. Okay, I got the info I need. I'm getting the fuck up out of there. Okay, so look, and back in the days, I told you I used to steal bikes. Well, there was a bike. It was called a Haro Group One. Okay, that was a big bike. Haros, Diamondbacks, or
right, right,
PK,
right,
whatever the
right.
fuck. Okay, so look, there's a badass Haro. I want it. I'm getting this Haro. I'm getting the fuck up out of there with where these kings are. I got what I need. I'm getting out of there for. I want the fuck out of there, bro. So, anyways, I tell the Kings, this dude comes and he's trying to lock the bike. I tell the Kings that he's a tutu boy. They start beating the fuck out of dude. I grab the bike. I'm out of there, bro. There's my ride out of there.
Damn. So
So, but this right here though, with this intel that I got, now I got the dude that they looking for, bro. This is finna get me in. I think. I'm finna get in now.
so
I
you
go to
like so
P.
you straight up like you like fuck the girlfriend. You don't give a fuck.
Fuck her. I was just trying to get the intel. And
Right.
the only reason I was with her is so I could be over in their hood.
Right. Say less for sure, for sure.
Because the way I felt was I'm gonna do whatever it takes to be part of this family. I just wanted that love that wasn't at home.
So you go to the guys, you say straight up, you know who he is, this, that, and the third.
Yeah, I tell them, I'm like, listen, this should be enough to get me in the mob. They tell me that ain't how this shit works. I tell them I gotta take a violation, right? So back then, our laws was you had to be 12 years old to become a member. So check it out. They're gonna let me in, but I gotta box a dude that's 15 years old, and I gotta take a 3 minute violation. So the dude that I put the box, man, to this day, the man is now he's from 18 to California. His name is Lalo, and the man is a Golden Gloves boxer. He flies all around the world fighting, and this is the motherfucker I gotta fight to get in this mob.
Right, right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
See, he whoops your ass.
Oh man, he beat the brakes off me, and then I had to take a 3 minute violation. They whooped me. It was okay. So where I got V'd in was in a park in Deep Summit, and I got violated in. I became a D. Okay, so
What park was that?
what happened was my mom's and them had moved from Summit, and they moved back to the city. So when I moved to the city, I moved by 27th to Komensky. So back then, by 27th to Komensky, there was a couple different gangs. There was a gang that was called the Ridgeway Lords, the Gangster Ridgeway Lords. There was the Gangster 26, and there was the IGSDs. And then you had the Latin Kings that was down some from us. But back in the days, the Kings were so deep, the SDs and the 26, man, we was jam tight. It was like TSDN because
Right,
we
right, right.
had to be that way. You know what I'm saying?
So who, when you touched down, first of all, so the park in Summit that you got V'd in, what's the name of that park?
Uh, I think it's called Hanover Park.
And that was like the folks park, right? That's where the OAs was at too.
Yeah, the OAs and the SDs used to hang out, but the OAs weren't on shit, man. They were dope. They were already getting on the heroin and shit.
Right, for sure. So when you show up to 27th and Kamensky, like who's got it over there? Who, like, what's the brothers that is foundational for 27th and Kamensky?
Okay, I could talk about that because most of them brothers are dead.
Right, right, right.
The brother that bring me home, the 27th Komensky, that was my first branch I originated from. His name was Richie D. Ricardo,
For sure.
Richie D. There was another brother named Big Maniac. Uh, Another brother I ain't gonna talk about his. I'll just tell you his first name started with an S.
Right, right, right. I
And
know who you're speaking
there
on.
was another. Yeah, there was another brother. His name was something like a. I ain't gonna say his name, but something like a bird. You know what I'm saying?
Right, for sure.
Yeah. And then like I told you, we was jammed tight with the 2-6, and we kept them Kings all the way down by Lawndale. And there was just a few of them Ridgeway Lords. They weren't really on shit.
Right, for sure. So
Really,
the
they was in the way.
and the Ridgeway Lures, like they eventually did a lot of them flip 2-6, or did they just fizzle out?
Uh, a lot of them flipped as D or
Oh,
two
for sure.
six.
Okay.
Now, listen, there was a couple of them though that stayed Ridgeway Lord, and if you catch them to this day, they'll probably tell you they're a Ridgeway Lord. I was in the joint with one. He told me he's a Ridgeway Lord. I told him you're the only motherfucking Ridgeway Lord.
And they was they officially, was they folks, or was they just
Okay, so listen, the way this shit was break down is the Latin folks. The Latin folks fall under umbrella. Okay, so we are first cousins with the GDs. So the Latin folks family is broken down though. It's broken down into gangster Latin folks. There's almighty Latin folks. There's insane Latin folks, and there's maniac Latin folks. So the Ridgeway Lords were gangsters. So they roll with the 2-6, with the gangster 2-6, the gangster party people,
right?
stuff like that.
For sure, for sure. I think a lot of
Gangster
times, like,
harasses.
yeah, I think a lot of listeners that might hear this don't know like a lot of the ties, the family branches. They hear about Maniac and Insane and Almighty. Um,
Yeah,
there is like a link. The 2-6 had a link to a lot of different mobs at that time on the South Side.
yeah. And the 2-6, they started out as a baseball team.
Right, right, right.
Yeah,
So you game tight with them. You around 2-6. You around the SDz. K Town is a branch that doesn't get talked about a lot. Um, I'm gonna shout out one of the homies that you wouldn't name, Spike. I'm gonna
yeah.
name him just because he's gonna do a future interview.
Okay,
So I'm not gonna incriminate nobody by talking about crimes. I'm not gonna say anybody's government name, but at the same time, um, some of these names is just some of the reputable names is the reputable names. Period. Right.
okay.
So
Well, since you're gonna talk about my homie, yeah, that's my homie Spike. He was one of the older guys in the hood.
for sure, for sure. So K Town, like, how long was you over at K Town, and why did K Town shut down?
Okay, so all right, this is what happened with K Town. So the SDs and the 2-6, we was real tight. Okay, and it happened over a female. The 2-6 and the SDs. Okay, what happened was there was a 2-6 named Hash, and Hash and another SD named Godfather. They had got into it with each other, and the SDs, we wound up stealing 17 crates of pistols from the 2-6 and gunned the 2-6 up with their own pistols. So there would never be peace again. And them 2-6 were deep as fuck. So basically they ran us out of there. But it was the best thing that ever happened for us.
Right, right, right. So that's like there's the official reason, for all of the bloodshed between, the 2-6 and the D's and Brighton Park, um, and on. Right. That's the original beef right there is Godfather. Right.
Yes, it was Godfather and it was Hash. That was the original beef. See, so many shorties today are so quick to just say, "Oh, TSK, woo." They don't even know the history of why. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these wars that are going on are over a fucking $400 pair of rims or something. You know what I
Right.
mean? His brothers are getting killed and killed, and while we killing each other, guess what happens? The kings are sitting back making money and laughing.
Right. For sure. For sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, at this point too, I can just say, navigating the streets on my own. Um, the number of shorties that don't know like none of the lit, that don't know none of the history. Um, they can name specific brothers, but they couldn't tell you like they don't know who the fuck Godfather is or what branch he was from. So if I'm not mistaken, Godfather was from 48th.
Yeah. Well, what happened is Godfather when I'm flipping from Canaryville. Yeah, 48th and Union.
For sure.
Yep. And let me tell you though, when them 2-6 ran us out of there, remember I said it was good, man. Listen, that was the best thing that could have happened for us because All the brothers that we had there, we all migrated out, and that was the start of the SDs for real. Like so many hoods and so many branches opened from that.
Right. I know that they opened. Brothers from there opened Cicero, 59th Street, 50th and Oakley, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, look, 50th and Oakley was open. Cicero was open. 23rd and Cicero was open. 31st and I think 50th and Cicero was open. 50th and Oakley was open. 88th and Archer and the Horseshoe was open. Uh, Let me see. Yeah, there was 59th and Spalding. Yeah, that was open. So
Right, right,
that's
right. So I
that's
mean,
not, it was a blessing in
it's
disguise.
spread like wildfire. So
Yeah, one
you,
thing I want to tell you,
y-
sir, is about the Satan disciples is like the reason we spread so quickly is because think of it. You're a parent and you hear your kid is a Satan disciple. Okay. First thing you're doing is getting your kid the fuck out that neighborhood. Well, guess what? Guess what's going to happen? The kid's going, he's going to bring SD with him. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Because the SDs, we are known to create violence and move in silence. That's what we do. But back in the days, I want you to notice, we was insane Satan disciples. So we rode with the insane family, with the Cobras, with the Deuces, with the Dragons, with the Lovers, with the Gyrers. That's
So,
who we rode with. We was insane.
so there was an actual allegiance, uh, to the Cobras and all of that too. Like that's not just the name, because there's a lot of brothers that's mistaken that think that the name was to honor the Cobras, but at the same time, like with the beef between the D's from 18th and Cal and the Deuces from Cullerton. I think and as the years went on, Spadetown, Canaryville. Um, I think there's a lot of brothers that don't know that there was really ever any peace between those mobs.
Oh yeah, yeah. They don't even know. Like, yeah, we all stuck together. Like when we was in the joint, we was insane. Like we used to throw big old eyes. You know what I'm saying? We insane. We used to say, insane. You can't see without that eye. So
Right, for
yeah, we
sure. For
big on.
sure. That's what's up. So K Town gets shut down, and
Yep.
so you become a nomad. What do you do next?
No, no, no. I didn't become no nomad, sir. So what happened was this. So my mom's is a Cook County sheriff. My mom's moves closer to the county. Okay. So my mom moves to 18th to California, right? So now we're living on 18th at Fairfield. Okay. So guess what? I'm right back in the hood.
Right,
So
right, right.
all I do is I transfer hoods and I go and I turn from 18th to Cal.
So what was the transfer like back in the day? Like, was you welcome with open arms? Did you have to go jump through hoops again? You know.
No, listen, this is all it took back in the days. You was welcome with open arms. See, I'm gonna tell you the difference between now and back in the days. Back in the days, if we want to go smoke these kings and take over their hood, we would just call 18 to Cal would call Oakley and we would take 2-4 and we go over there and we smash them out. We go over there and bust down their hood 2-3 hours. Today's there's no unity. There's no
Right.
love. It's everybody for themselves.
So when you touch down in 18th to Cal, um, what are the historic names, like who's out there that's really
Okay. Okay. You
a
had
factor?
Bogart.
Right.
Bogart, rest in peace. Okay. You had Gizmo, rest in peace. Gizmo was out there. Bebe was out there. Clyde was out there. It was different because there was a lot of black SDs, and I wasn't used to that.
Now
You know,
now explain that too. Like how did the black SDs, like how did that become? Because still to this day, when you talk about 18th and Cal, brothers will scratch their head and be like, where did all these black SDs come from?